Hello everyone and welcome to another great day of game streaming here on IndieX. Today it will be a little bit shorter and because on the afternoon we'll not have any games to show you. RTP Arena will be with other events, and to me today we have the CEO of Gentle Giant, the producers of today's game, Spiritfall. How are you, Or?
Hi, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
And to start off the day, I already have a problem here. Let me just solve it because my game always recognizes some devices that I'm not using, and I'm not able to play the game at this point. I hope this is quick. No, no. Resume. Let me check. I'm not I'm not yet. Oh, this always happens when we start. I've tested this in the morning, but now. Oh, damn it.
Maybe try to disconnect.
I've disconnected everything.
Mm,
This error is recurrent, and I do not know what happens every time when it's not. Oh. Spiritfall. Let's try it again. I've disconnected everything, and now it installed again. Let just the game start. My character always starts running to the left, and it's impossible to play with it.
mm.
And again, it's running to the left.
Oh, maybe do you have like some kind of peripheral attachment to the keyboard or something like that?
Yes, and I've already uninstalled everything. It usually solves it. It usually just solves it. But today I'm not able to do it. Other devices, controller, remove, remove, and let's try to put the controller again. Let's try it again now. This is so frustrating. I'm sorry, everyone.
Maybe try to physically disconnect
I've
devices.
physical and both. I've did both.
Oh,
I hope now it can be solved. I've uninstalled everything, sound everything. I cannot listen. It's everything is uninstalled at this moment. I do not want anything connected to. If needed, I will be playing from my keyboard. Ooh, well, solved. Sorry. Can we go to the game because people do not want to see our face? Oh, I thought that it was already made. Let's share the screen. Spiritfall. Go live. There you go. There we go. Okay, how are you feeling today, Or? After this,
good.
after this start, I'm sorry,
Now that the
everyone.
bug is solved, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. So, what can you tell us about Spiritfall?
Yeah. So, Spiritfall is an action roguelike inspired by platform fighters such as Smash and Brawlhalla. We actually like to call it the Smash-like roguelike.
Mhm.
Um, and we've been working on it for almost like a bit more than 2 years now. It's available in early access. Um, and we have an update coming up every month. The next one is in 2 days, actually.
Okay, let us talk a little bit while we go through. What can we see now in the screen. We have tons of interactables here before we start. When we start the game, we spawn here on this point. And who are these gods, these statues here around us?
Right now, you're in the sanctum. That's like a temple for the spirit animals. And those seven spirits are guiding you through your journey to clear the corruption from the world and um, reach the brink, which is the holy mountain of the spirit. And something went on there, and you have to go there, figure out what it is, and fix it while kicking the ass of tons of monsters.
And kicking the ass, we will, because guys, this will be a treat for you. And these gods, they also provide us with skill tree. The skill
Yeah, this
tree.
is
Go ahead, Har.
so. So this is a skill tree that you can collect resources when you enter the run, and when you usually die or complete the run, you use those resources to improve yourself here, and they also give you blessings and skills inside the run.
You can improve your character in several ways. You can make this skill tree. You can improve it permanently with the currency you earn along the way. You can improve each one of the weapons. We will go there, and we have some blessings here. Can you can you talk a little bit about?
Yeah. So this is the mediary is giving you um, upgrades that actually change how the run is played. Adding new secret rooms or bonuses that you can find in the run. So that also helps add variations to the runs, make each run unique.
I still have one missing. So, and these are the weapons. There are 4 different weapons, each one of those with different talents and a different way to play them.
Fifth weapon. In 2 days, if you get the game this week, you can play with the fifth new weapon.
Every one of those are very different. They attack in different ways. So sometimes we have the feeling that we are, in spite of the weapon, we play in the same way, but they are very different. This one is very slow and strong. The fists are very quick, but not as strong. We have the bow that it can shoot a little bit from range, not a great range, but you can play it ranged. And this is the new weapon. There is a bit of a mix between the hammer and the fists. It's more balanced and has a little bit of range to it. Let me just show the guys the forge. It's not here.
This is the shortcut.
Yeah. Let me go again. The forge is the next one. Oh, we have the masks. This is new. What are these masks?
Yeah. So the masks are reward for advancing and they give both passive bonus, and the main bonus is pretty unique. It kind of changes the way that we play.
You usually, we tend to look at this as a number, but this is not really a number. We really feel the difference between these skills. And this is the forge. In the forge, we can buy upgrades. We can buy the weapons and upgrades for them. Let me just check if I can buy. I can. For the link blades, the new weapon that I just started, that I've just saw recently, I have no upgrades for it. So this will also make it easier for us to play. Let's play. It's enough to see. People want to see gameplay. Let's go for it. And believe me, guys, you are here for a treat. Yes, I've pressed the right. Okay, let's go. This screen was new also. So we are present with a range of fast attacks and strong attacks. There are two different attacks, and we collect these blessings. These blessings will make us strong, will make us choose between three characteristics that we each time that we can use to improve our range of attacks. How different are them from one another? Are they able to provide us a very different skill set during the gameplay, or our gameplay will remain more or less the same?
Yeah, so each spirit has its own unique characteristic. For example, the stag that you're seeing here, Shabura, he's giving things that are that help you stay out of damage or prevent other enemies from canceling your attack. Um, and each time you can choose between a passive bonus or something that actually changes one of your core abilities, your attack, your launcher, your dash. Sometimes giving you an ability that you don't have initially, like an assist. Um, so they're pretty different.
I've played several runs. I think my count was around 40. Not a huge number, but considerable. And I noticed that it's very different. The different way, the different path that we choose for our hero makes very different type of gameplays, if we like to call it that way. There are optimal the way that the blessings are given to us, they really make us fight in a different way. And it's very strange because in games like this that have a different skill set, it usually they are just a number, but the skills and the way that you made them, uh, it just makes the game feel so different that we and that's what I like to do. I like to grab my opponents and throw them into the floor. It's so satisfying and rewarding. And if we tend to choose almost always the same path because we know what in a fast way we start to understand how we like to play the game. I like to play with the fists, a much quicker combat. I know the skill set that I like, but when I do not have them, those skills that I'm searching for, I also have satisfying runs. How hard it is for you and for the team to balance a game like this?
So it's not easy adding new stuff to the game because you have to make sure that nothing is too overpowered, and that everything is new. Um, but our game designer is doing an amazing work at it, and also like so the combat here is inspired by games like Brawlhalla and Smash platform fighters, and there they have a limitation that you have to balance it because it's a multiplayer game. You can't have things that feel too powerful and unfair to the other player. But here, because it's single player, so it's we can give a much greater power fantasy here.
Yeah. I was thinking about that because there are some skills here that feel a little bit overpowered, but if we think about them individually, they feel overpowered inside the way we play the game. Because if we do not like to play in that way, we will not feel that the skill is overpowered. How hard it is to show off a indie game in today's day. Every day there are 100 new games on Steam. What do you do to make your game stand out?
Yeah, so getting visibility is very difficult. Uh, People have a short attention span, and it's hard to get people to notice the game, but we do know that when people see the game, and even more when they actually sit down to play it, it can't drop. And so our channel is really getting people to find out about the game. And to stand out, um, we tried very different types of art direction to get the art of the game to be really stunning and memorable and interesting. Um, so that is like one strong suit that helps us get the game noticed.
Mhm.
Other than that, we have a wonderful community on Discord that's also helping us spread the word. Um, Also helping us find, like, right now we're in early access, so their feedback is very valuable. Everything that they tell us we can take in consideration and add to the next update or to a patch. So they are also very helpful and valuable.
I do not know if people can watch on stream because the stream will not make justice to this. The several layers of complexity of this cartoony graphical style that is very very beautiful. If people can notice, the flames are always moving. There are several layers of graphical. So there are several layers that are the and it's perfectly noticeable what we can interact with and what we cannot. There's a first phase of graphical style. There is background. There is perfectly understandable what is background and what is not. Now I will collect a luminous gem. A luminous gem will gave us the opportunity to evolve one of our powers. I will choose the launcher because I use it more. And let's choose the next. Oh, this is the new spirit. How important are events like IndieX for games like Spiritfall?
Um, I can't believe you didn't take the raccoon. It's so cool. Yeah, so events like IndieX are very valuable to us. They help us get the game in front of people and really get the game out there.
I'm searching for a specific blessing. I want one specific blessing. The twister. The twister. After the twister, I can go anywhere.
Right.
And this is a store that we usually find
Yeah.
on some
This
levels.
This is Yara the herbalist. She also always have a mystery mix that she's doing that can give you positive but also sometimes negative effect. Right now you got lucky.
Yeah, it was positive for 5 combat rooms. I was lucky indeed.
Yeah. So it's free. You can take the gamble and see if it works for you or not.
Of course. Oh, and you have a huge array of accessibility options. There is something that we sometimes we do not see in games like this one, that just choose the route of being hard, but you go the opposite way. And I took advantage of that for this stream because this game is so fast paced that it's very hard to play while speaking and while talking to you guys. It may seem a little bit easy because I turned down a little bit the damage made by the opponents and a bit up the damage that I do, but maybe I overtuned it a bit.
That's important to us. Actually, we kind of, it's interesting because at the start of development we kind of thought to tone down the platform fighter mechanic because we thought it would be a bit too difficult to control and would be a bit hard for people to get into. We wanted the game to be more accessible. But but eventually we understood that this is not the correct path for the game, and we actually doubled down on the platform fighter mechanics. And it was really challenging to get them there and also keep the game accessible and friendly for newcomers. You don't have to be a pro Smash player to enjoy the game, but if you are, you would appreciate the mechanics that you're familiar with.
And I
And other
feel
than
that.
that, we also have some things. We actually had a player that is vision impaired, and he taught us some stuff that will help him play the game. So he was also helping us as a member of our community.
Do you have? Uh, I do not think so, but do you have any kind of data that shows how many players use these accessibility options?
It will
I
be.
assume that you don't. Yeah, I assume that, but I'm listening to some feedback. For any chance, do you have an headset that you can put in a? No.
For me, no, I don't have
Yes.
it with me.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Formiga will deal with that in his way. He's a professional with dealing with that. If you have no budget restraints, what would you change in this game? Would you would you do it differently? What would you add? What would this game be different before we enter on this special room?
I think we will just work more on that, more on the game, because we have a lot of ideas that we just don't have the budget to continue working on. Um, but we, what we do add to the game, we don't hold back. We're really perfectionist, and it's very hard for us to compromise and remove stuff that we think are cool and fun. Um, but yeah, if we had a limited budget, we would just keep on working and adding more stuff to the game.
Now, this is a hidden room that I've unlocked with. You explained it when before we start playing the game, that we could unlock special rooms with the currency that we earn along the way, and this is one of them. Hidden Rift, that reminds me a little bit of Super Smash Brothers. Can you talk a little bit about Hidden Rift as I go through it?
Yeah, so this is a very Smash-like level. So you have to push the opponent to the border of the level. And if you do that 3 times before the time runs out, then you get all of the rewards and the battle is over. If not, when the time runs out, you get as many rewards as you manage to push the opponent to the fire. And you also have to be careful not to touch the flame yourself, because then you will be kicked out of the Hidden Rift to continue on.
And the damage, of course, this is a risk and reward situation. Yes, the damage is permanent.
Basically also has armor, so you have to first break the armor to launch him anywhere.
Yes. And the opponents, the enemies are stronger than on the normal levels.
You have to push them out.
Oh, damn it! The time is almost over, and I'm not. Come on. Oh, there we go. 7 seconds. I really want. Let me. I want the last. No, it will be. It will be. It has to be. I want the. And there we go. I almost have my favorite combo. Oh, I can choose the 3 of them. I do not recall this.
Of them.
Yes, I do not remember this. When you open relic,
it's a dangerous one, but
It's risk and reward.
yeah.
And we will now go for the final boss.
Mhm.
I have no money. Strange. I always have money at this stage. Let's go to the first boss. Can you tell us a little bit about these boss fights? What's your inspirations here?
Yeah. This is the first boss fight, so it had the most iterations, and mainly driven on player feedback that we got in internal testing and then from the community, from our demo and other betas that we had. Other bosses are inspired from bosses in Hollow Knight and other games like that. Yeah, we try to make every boss fight unique.
Oh, I have overtuned this for sure. It's over. It's over. It's quite overtuned. And it's not in a level of Hades, but they remember that we fight against them, do they? Don't they?
Yeah, yeah. The dialogue is a bit different each time, but yeah, we don't have the budget to do. That's
Of
something
course.
that I would like to add if we had a limited budget to add voiceover and more dialogue. Our community manager is also doing additional writing right now and is adding a lot more depth to the world.
And what is this room where we are now?
Yeah, so this is the regional shrine. Uh, what you see here is she's the shrine keeper. She's a giant, and giant in this world also have like 4 arms. Actually, the gauntlets, the piece that you're using right now, the weapon, is the Sisterhood gauntlet. They belong to the shrine keeper.
Oh,
They used to belong to the shrine keeper. And here you can get enchantments for your weapon that change that give you specific bonuses or changes um, the usefulness of specific attack.
mm-hmm. Okay. I use a lot of up attacks, so let me choose that. Bosses, because always. And this one because I do not like the other ones.
Mm-hmm. In each update, we add more enchantments and blessings. So you can always get something new each month.
If you can notice, oh, it's behind my picture. It's behind my picture. But when we upgrade one of the abilities, there's a diamond over the ability itself and the cooldowns that we can see on the bottom left of the screen. And you know at what level our weapon is. So I would like to upgrade my abilities now, so I can choose the path. We can choose the path. We can plan ahead and choose the path that we want to take in the map. And that's what I'm doing now, because I tend to go through all the upgrades that I can, and if possible through health increases. So let's do that. Can you give us a little hint about the story of the game?
So I don't want to spoil too much.
Just a bit.
Yeah, so you're the Unforged. You're an unknown individual that got to the shrine, to the sanctum, where all of the spirit statues are. And you find it kind of in ruins. And when you approach the altar of this sacred flame, the perennial flame, the spirits are revealed to you and they actually transform you into their own form. They imbue your body with the perennial flame and give you a mask that gives you your special powers and your connection to the spirit. And then they send you on this quest to rid the world of corruption and um, unseal the holy gate that is in the Brink Mountain.
The game is not.
All of the bosses that you're fighting are actually members of the perennial order that used to guard the sanctum, and now they've been corrupted by this mysterious force.
You did not notice, you guys watching the stream, but all the dialogue that the bosses provided us, that we are blessed during the boss fights, they always imply that we are the bad ones. So you do not think that the game is very straightforward in lore. You are in for a treat here, and in the gameplay also, it's very, very satisfying to just smash everyone against the walls, against the floor, against the ceiling, and we can do multiple combos. It's very hard to explain, because when you are watching, you do not have that feeling that we have when we are fighting, because we feel every blow that we give, and it's very, very satisfying. It's impossible to describe how satisfying it is to make a perfect combo where you grab your opponent and consecutively you keep on throwing him through the floor, through the ceiling, through the other wall, and you can keep on doing that over and over and over and over again, even on higher difficulty, if you are skilled enough, that I'm not, especially when I'm talking. But you have the ability here to just keep on pushing and pushing the opponents everywhere, and you have multiple skills and a skill set that you start to gather along the way, where you can just improve your fighting style and make the character play as good as you want. And it's very different to play. If you choose another weapon, a different weapon, you will play in a very, very different way. You will have more careful in some situations, you will be more offensive in other ones. So do not think that you will have the ability to play every time in the same manner, because you will not. You will have to adapt. Also, the enemies from level to level, they are very different. If you notice, I do not know if you are able to notice the ones who are watching the stream, but they attack in a very different way from level to level. It's not a standard attack. They are progressively harder to face. They will attack you from distance. They will attack you harder, stronger, and even the numbers will increase. Well, let me choose. I do not know this divinity very well. Enemy corpses. Seems cool. This revenge is also cool. Aspect of the first one, the first love. The first love is always the best. Let me check the. Don't mind me. Okay, people are starting to reach to come to the. Oh, I was not paying attention. Let's go to the next level. Do you have any tips or pointers that you would like to give to everyone watching?
Yeah, so try to really master the weapons before you. I mean, you can always go ahead and play. There's nothing to lose by just going out.
Yeah.
But if you really try to master the weapon in the training area, in the sanctum, and really understand how it works, it can really help. And also, there's a codex in the game where you can see all of the things that you've revealed and used. And then you can strategize a bit more um, to understand what's going on. Also, relics, I've seen that you're avoiding them, but they're kind of cool. You can get them from
Helix?
those little chests.
Oh, I'm not avoiding. I've just
You're
followed
trying
the.
to get the luminous gems, yeah. Um, and also maybe try to um, uncover some of the secret mechanics in the game. There are some things that you can do that might not be obvious at first sight. And they're pretty fun to figure out and find out.
I did not need this room, but I wanted to show that at some points you can just. This is another unlockable, and this room is another unlockable that you can purchase with the currency. That's one of the currencies that you get along the way. That will only give you some health back. At in my case, 75%. This is not very useful. Well, it is very useful. I'm overtuned a little bit the game. The game is feeling very easy at the moment. But when you are playing normally, this can be very useful. When you reach this spot of the game, having a little bit of extra health, well, it's fabulous. Now my
There's
health is
also
full.
wait.
Oh,
There's
I
also
did.
a
I
sandstone
forget
here.
to talk with the guy. Yeah.
No, there's
Now,
a sandstone there also. You added an upgrade. It gives you a big sandstone there that gives you more bones, more dust.
yeah, I forgot to get it. I was talking with you and I forgot. I
No
skipped
worries.
it. Well, what do I want here? Probably everything. Yeah, I want everything. No, not. I do not need health. You have bonus damage. Oh, of course, this one. No doubts. Oh, I've never noticed this. Well, something that we have to, that I have to discover in the future. Oh, how much more before we enter the boss fight, before we end the today's stream? How much do you plan to add to the game before it's over?
So regarding content, right now there are 4 worlds. Each world has an end boss. In the final game, there will be the 5th region, which is the Brink Mountain. It will be a bit different than the normal worlds that we have now. And of course, there will be a final boss fight there. And we also plan to add mini bosses. In the next update, there's the 5th weapon and also alternate weapon forms that are kind of like another variation of the weapon that you also already have, and they're pretty different. So in the next update, there's going to be 2 out of 5, and in every update, we're going to add more until there's 5 out of 5. We're always adding more blessings, more enchantments, and there are some special rooms that we're also planning to add. We're going to be publishing the new roadmap that I think will contain everything we plan up to release, and it's going to should be available by the end of the week.
I'm looking forward for that update because you told me that it will. You told the stream during the stream that the last weapon will be released. So it's always something very cool to experience a new weapon. The blades are will not be as easy to master because they are not completely straightforward like these ones, but they are so cool to play with. So cool. And it's how do you get the how do you set up a weapon? How can you make it feel? Are you able to tell me how do you plan a new weapon for this game? I think it's easier for the levels, but the weapons, they are not easy to make them feel special and different.
Nadav's genius. That's the my partner and game designer. So he comes up with those crazy ideas, and then our animator Yali is working on um, the animations for all the different move sets. Um, and then it comes to me, and I have to actually program the new stuff that Nadav wants me to add, and they're always very difficult and very different than what we already have. Um, but he also knows to utilize what we already have existing in the game to make it um, very unique. And the next weapon that's coming out in 2 days is very different than what we currently have. Very cool. Very like I remember that I tested it at first, and there was like one move that I did, and I was like, "Oh, that was so awesome!"
Now I
Um,
really want to play
and
it.
I'm really not good at the game as well, so yeah, it's really
Where can we find this game at the moment? Just in Steam, on Steam?
Steam Early Access, and we do plan to release it next year for consoles as well, but it's probably gonna take a bit more time. We're a small team, so it takes a bit time.
There are always people in chat that wants a Switch version. So they,
Yeah,
I'm really, I'm baffled. Yeah,
uh, just gonna take a bit more time. Um, but the game is coming out to Steam in the first quarter of next year, and to consoles, I guess throughout the year. Some will probably be sooner than others. Switch is definitely a priority for us. Yeah,
let's try the new monster on the Eden Rift before we end and see what we get.
mhm. Yeah. So this one is a bit quicker.
Yeah, I did not remember this one. Do you take inspirations with some games to make this kind of monsters, or it's just a brainstorming and well, I will draw like this?
So much experience playing other games. Um, so it's a pool of knowledge, and he has a lot of ideas. And it's really it's hard once you've seen so many things. It's really hard to pinpoint where that idea comes from. But it just is really talented in that way.
How big is your team?
We're a team of 5. We started out as 2, just me and a dev, and then we added a concept artist, animator. Now we also have a community manager. Um, yeah, so 5 people.
Wow. This shouldn't be allowed, guys. This shouldn't be allowed. Such a small team to make such a satisfying game. Well, uh, each time I talk to you, I become more impressed. This is very impressive. Now that we are finishing, I have to suggest you just wishlist Spiritfall on Steam or buy it because I really love this game. You are in for a treat if you choose to play it, and a team of 5 that have my entire admiration, and I do not know how to express it, but congratulations are on the game that you and your team made. I hope that you succeed, and I just can wish you good luck for IndieX and for the final results. Or do you have everything that you want to say to the viewers at this moment before we end?
Yeah, So if you've liked what you saw, please wish the Spiritfall on Steam. Get into our Discord and join our community. And we hope you'll enjoy the rest of IndieX and have fun.
Wishlist this game, guys. Wishlist this game. Well, let's end the next stream. We will be with Patricia Casaca, and have fun during the day. See you next time, guys. Bye.